Media sneaks into our kids' lives early and often. It has a huge influence on the way they behave and see the world. And this is an area where I have a lot of passion and expertise because this was my main area of research in graduate school. This workshop covers media and kids ages newborn through age 10. We have another workshop that focuses on media for kids 10 and over. When I talk about media, I don't just mean TV shows and movies, but computer video games and sites, and computer videos as well. Basically anything with a screen, a smartphone, a computer, a TV, or a tablet. There are some benefits to media, but because media usage tends to cut into time for more growth-stimulating activities, such as reading, visiting with friends and family, physical activity, and developing other physical, mental, and social skills, this is an area of modern life that needs to be regulated closely by parents. I will cover all areas of the negative and positive effects of media. In this workshop, I will cover statistics around kids and media, the impacts of media on kids, marketing to kids. Then I will cover some media guidelines by age, including some general guidelines for keeping kids safe online. Then I will share some ways to handle battles over TV, computer, and phone time. Now I will share some of the latest statistics. First, 17% of 0 to 11-month-olds, 48% of 12 to 23-month-olds, and 41% of 24 to 35-month-olds were reported to watch more TV than the AAP recommends. Now you'll hear me talk a lot about the AAP, which is the American Academy of Pediatrics, the governing body for the pediatricians in the United States. Their guidelines all on current research, so I consider their recommendations to be pretty solid. The average 2 to 4-year-old is getting 2.5 to 3.5 hours of screen time per day, and I'll discuss the actual AAP guidelines for screen time in our guidelines section, but you'll see that this is pretty high compared to the guidelines. And 1 in 6 2 to 3-year-old toddlers in the United States has a TV in their bedroom. Now I will share some of the impacts of media on kids, covering 5 areas that have been studied on how screen time can negatively affect development: cognitive and language development, physical development, social skills development, and several studies have been done in both the areas of background TV as well as bedroom TV and how it affects kids' development. However, when used well, media can also have some positive effects. So I'll go over what positive effects research has found. In other research, for each hour a toddler watches TV per day increases the risk of developing attention problems by 10% in elementary school. So a toddler who consistently watches 3 hours a day, and remember the average toddler in the US is watching 2.5 to 3.5 hours a day. So the average child has a 30% chance of increased risk of developing attention problems in elementary school. Each hour a day of television viewing of violent entertainment was associated with more than double the chance of attention problems 5 years later.